Earlier, people used to express their thoughts and feelings only through body language. But the time proceeds, man started developing a language. Language is the means of communicating one's feelings and also thoughts. Feelings can be expressed through body language. For example, if a person is very angry, his anger is expressed through eyes. If person is sad, that is expressed through eyes. And whatever feelings he have, those feelings can be expressed through eyes and all any other body language. But thoughts can't be expressed only through body language. That is why we invented language. And as far as language is concerned, people live in different places, different countries, different states. As such, they have to cultivate different languages where they live. Suppose if they go to some other place, how can they communicate? So they need to have one common language. Normally, people are comfortable speaking in their mother tongues. But if they go somewhere, how can they manage? Others do not know their mother tongue. As such, we need to have one common language. As such, English serves as a common language. Anyway, language is the means of communication. We can express not only our feelings but also our thoughts through a language. Whatever language we talk about, we need to develop 4 skills as far as language is concerned. The first skill is listening. The second one is speaking. Third one, reading. And fourth one is writing. What is the difference between hearing and speaking? See, whenever we make any sound, the crows or any birds may fly away. That is hearing. They just heard our voice and then they flew away. But speaking is different. Speaking is the expression of our thoughts earlier we discussed. So unintentional sounds are produced, then it is hearing. I heard the bell ringing. We may say that I heard the bell ringing. That is unintentionally. Just those sound waves reached our ears. That is different. And what is listening? Listening is with concentration, paying attention. If a person talks to you and if you pay attention and then restores it in your mind and then will be able to reproduce it, then it is called listening. A good listener can also be a good speaker. It is said a good listener can be a good speaker. In this regard, we have to talk about a story of Einstein. We all know Einstein was a physicist and he used to give lectures in different places. One day he had to give lecture in remote area where people did not see him at all. But that particular day he was so exhausted and he had a driver named Hans. Every time Hans used to drive him and used to feel proud of Einstein and used to say, "Oh, you are genius, sir." So he was a good driver of Einstein. One day he saw his master looking very sad and he asked, "Sir, why are you looking sad?" "No, I have to give lecture in a remote area but I am too exhausted to give lecture." For that, Hans, the driver, said, "You don't worry, sir. I will give your lecture." Einstein was shocked. "What is this? How can you give my lecture?" Then he said, "No problem, sir. I listened to your lectures dozens of times and I got it by heart. So I can give your lecture." "Oh, so confident you are," thought Einstein. "Okay, let us see what's going to happen." Anyway, they did not know how, the people there did not know how Einstein looked. So both of them changed their roles. Now Hans sat in Einstein's place, impersonating Einstein, and Einstein sat in driver's place, addressing himself as a driver. Both of them reached the destination, and Hans very confidently, impersonating Einstein, walked onto the dais and started giving lecture. And Einstein dressed himself as Hans, sat in among the crowd. Then he gave the lecture so perfectly, everybody was immersed by his lecture. Everybody was spellbound by his lecture. Even Einstein forgot himself and gave a big applaud listening to his lecture. Then he completed his lecture. After that, after completion of the lecture, a professor stood and addressed the person on the stage. Who was the person on the stage? Yes, he was Hans, impersonating Einstein. He said, "Sir, you gave lecture so perfectly, but I have a doubt. Can you clarify my doubt?" Then Einstein thought, we will be caught. Then he said, "Okay, you can ask." Very confidently he said, "Okay, you can ask. What's your doubt?" Then the professor asked very difficult question. Then he said, "You think it is a very difficult question? It's so easy. I need not answer the question. Even my driver can answer it." Saying so, he made Einstein to answer the question because he did not know actually. That is called presence of mind. We may come across different situations and we may be caught in different situations. There we should not be scared, and we need to apply our presence of mind and make use of the situation in a better way. That is one thing. So you can understand a good listener can be a good speaker. He may understand the meaning of it or may not understand the meaning of it, but nowadays, at the time of Dhanurmasam and all, we recite Goda Devi's Pasurams. Tirupavai, we call Tirupavai. We recite Pasurams. Actually, we do not know the meaning of it, but we get them by heart. We enjoy reading. We enjoy reading it. Of course, when Swamiji tells us the meaning and all, we can have better understanding of it. Anyway, it is said a good listener can be a good speaker. And another thing is, the meaning of the sentences may change the way how you talk. Let us take one sentence. I didn't steal your pen. That's the sentence. Can you tell how many meanings does the sentence have? Of course, the sentence has 4 meanings. Let us take one. I didn't steal your pen, right? Lay stress on I and say the sentence. I didn't steal your pen. I didn't steal your pen. What is the meaning of it? Of course, I did not steal your pen. Somebody else stole your pen. That's the first meaning. I didn't steal your pen. What does it mean? Of course, I stole, but not your pen, somebody else's pen. Right? That's the second meaning. What's the third meaning of it? I didn't steal your pen. Of course, I thought of taking your permission, you were not there. I just took it. I'm not a thief. I didn't steal your pen. I just took it. That's the third meaning. And what's the fourth meaning of it? I didn't steal your pen. What's the meaning of it? Of course, I stole. And your thing. What's the thing I stole? I stole your pen. It's not your pen, sorry. I didn't steal your pen. I stole something else. So the way how we talk, it depends on the way how we talk, the meaning of the sentence may be changed. While reading a paragraph also, you have to be very careful while reading any paragraph. And as far as writing part is concerned, punctuation plays vital role. You have to punctuate the sentences properly. As far as English is concerned, it's very difficult. In English normally doesn't follow rules and regulations properly as far as spellings and grammar concerned. And prepositions, we get confused with prepositions and all. And even so, whenever we write in English spellings, you have to concentrate on spellings, and also grammar also it doesn't follow grammar, and you get it if we continuously talk, and if you read storybooks and all, gradually you can develop writing skills also. And we must know how to write paragraphs, reports and all. How to write reports. Whenever we write reports and all, we have to use indirect speech. And the conversation is given, it can't be when a third person is talking about the conversation of two persons and all, and it should be reported in indirect speech, right? And we have to keep all these things as far as when we communicate with others. Thank you. Jai Sri Mannarayan.